Have you got shoulder bursitis or pain just here? Now this area here is a meeting spot of important muscles and tendons which attach to the bone, and on top of that you have a bursa, a fluid-filled sac which helps to lubricate your shoulder and helps you get full range of motion and fluid motion. Now if you have muscle imbalances where certain muscles are not strong enough in your shoulder and around your shoulder, this can cause your shoulder bursitis to go from this to this. Now in this 5 minutes video, I'm gonna help you figure out what is causing your shoulder bursitis and what you can do to get rid of it for good. So the first movement I wanna check is external rotation. I wanna see how much you can lift, and it also is your exercise for rehabbing your shoulder. Now there are 3 really important muscles that do that motion. You've got your supraspinatus, which is commonly torn, and if it does tear completely, it often can need surgery. So you've got that one, you've got your infraspinatus and the teres minor. They make up 3 of your 4 rotator cuff muscles. So this movement is super important. It's the muscles that stabilize your arm bone, your humerus, in the socket. If it's not strong enough, you're asking for shoulder bursitis and pain, particularly if you're also doing a lot of manual activities and work. So, what the movement looks like is this. Elbow on your side, going into your belly, all the way up to the ceiling. If you're only going up to here, that doesn't count as a full rep. I want you to go all the way up to the ceiling. For guys, 4 kilos times 10 reps is what I'm looking for. And for ladies, 3 kilos times 10. So if you're much below those numbers, you're probably underdone and you need to get your shoulder stronger before you can get rid of shoulder bursitis. You should feel a nice deep burn in your shoulder. And so if you are a lifter and you lift heavy, a good number is also 30% of what you can shoulder press. So if you're lifting 20 kilos, you want to be able to do this 6 kilos. If you're lifting 30 kilos, you're really strong, 9 kilos. A lot of people are lifting really heavy, but they don't practice this, they underutilize this exercise, and in my opinion, it can often lead to shoulder bursitis and tears, instability of the shoulder. If you've had a shoulder dislocation, you want to get quite good at this. The next exercise is the seated version of that. So you're going to go like this on your knee, going all the way in straight to the sky. Same weight is usually about right. So again, for guys, minimum standard, 4 kilos times 10 reps. All the way down, all the way up. Again, you'll get a nice burn. Why this is important is that this is a more functional position. This is like you're hitting in tennis. It is the beginning of your shoulder press. You need to get strong in both positions. The stronger you are, the less likely you are to hit that plateau in your training. So a lot of people get to 20 kilos and go, oh, why can't I go heavier on my shoulder press? It's because this movement has also not been trained and it hasn't been improved enough. You're only as strong as your shoulder is stable. So you want really strong, stable shoulders to get rid of things like bursitis or little tears and things like that. The last exercise is that same movement, but lying on your tummy, and you're going to do it like that. All right, guys, the last movement of your rotator cuff, muscles of your shoulder, is this one. So you're gonna lie on your tummy. We call this prone position. I put a towel under my shoulder to make it more comfortable, and it's like that. You're trying to get to the horizontal. A bit beyond is even better. Now you're not going to be able to do as much weight with this one. You're trying to get to the horizontal. If you can go a bit beyond it, it's even better. Some people start with 1 or 2 kilograms. The towel tends to make this a little bit more comfortable by putting it under there. And this is more focusing on the end range of the movement. So it's actually doing this portion here, and you're trying to get really strong there again for that overhead lifting or for that racquetball sport. If you want to have an edge over your competitors, you want to get really good at this one and to get perhaps even slightly more range than what I did. And I only did that with 2 kilos, but if you're really strong and you could go past 3 or 4 kilos, that's a sign that you have an edge over other athletes because you are really strong, really stable at this position where not many people train. All right, guys, so the next bit is how to get stronger within the muscles of your shoulder blade. So we divided into muscles around your shoulder blade and muscles in the shoulder blade. We just did muscles in the shoulder blade and inserting into your shoulder. This is muscles surrounding your shoulder blade. You want to get good at T's, learning to squeeze those middle traps, rhomboids in and together. Probably lats are involved. Your rotator cuffs are definitely still involved. And for this, you want to be able to hold it above shoulder level, above your body. And you'll be able to hold it 2, 3. So the weights we're going to use are not going to be heavy. These are just 1 kilos. I've seen people struggle with 2 or 3 kilos, even big bulky dudes. So you want to get really strong at this. Again, you're going to give yourself an advantage over the competition because very few people train this. And also, you're going to build rock solid shoulders for life. So you're not going to have that shoulder pain and bursitis anymore if you get really solid through these areas. So that's a T. You can see I made a T there. This is more an A. Does a bit more of your triceps and your middle back still. So you want to get good at that too. A nice high lift. Again, the weight does not have to be super heavy for this. Now this next one, almost everyone I see struggles with this. And 1 kilo tends to be quite heavy. The key is to keep your elbow straight for all these movements. And now the instructions are to lift beyond the ears. Now I'm struggling with this. I'm a bit deconditioned, guys. I've had long COVID. I haven't exercised for 2 years. I'll do a video on what I've been going through. It's been horrible. That's the movement. Don't want to over shrug too much and you just use your upper traps. It makes it harder actually. And you might not even use any weights at all. You might even just go up, hold 2, 3. Try to get behind the ears. I'm actually struggling to get behind the ears right now. If you're really struggling, you can use your back and lift your chest off the floor as well. But that's the movement. Now you bring all 3 together and you create a super exercise and you make life simple for yourself. So you start with your hands by your side and you go all the way up, above your head, down. At the top, you're clapping hands together and down. Get your shoulders bulletproof. If you are a rock climber, a racket sports player, a weight lifter, or you're just interested in getting rid of neck, shoulder, and back pain, you gotta get good at doing this. Ideally with a weight, 1 kilo more. I haven't seen anyone get past 3 kilos of this and do it with really good form and do 20 reps or so. And that are those exercises you need to get rid of your shoulder pain once and for all. All right, guys, how good is that? For the majority of you haven't seen those exercises before, getting them nice and strong and often also getting your shoulder flexible, which I'll do in an upcoming video, is gonna get rid of your shoulder bursitis once and for all. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Many more videos to come. Like and subscribe and follow.